India make history as Rodrigues and Harmanpreet end Australia's reign. The hosts completed the highest ever chase in women's ODIs to stun Australia and book their spot in Sunday's World Cup final. India 341 for 5, Rodrigues 127, Harmanpreet 89, Garth 2-46 beat Australia 338, Litchfield 119, Perry 77, Gardner 63, Charani 2-49, Deepti 2-73 by 5 wickets. It was a movie India had seen many times. A tricky run chase. Jemimah Rodrigues and Harmanpreet Kaur with a rescue act. That raising the prospect of an upset win in a knockout game against Australia. Only, this time at the Women's World Cup 2025, the ending was different. Rodrigues ran towards Amanjot Kaur. She lifted her up, and then bent down and lay next to the pitch. She was soon swarmed by her teammates who came charging in, perhaps faster than the speed of light, as India made only their third World Cup final, their first since 2017. Importantly, India dealt Australia their first defeat in 16 ODI World Cup matches. Faced with a record run chase in women's ODIs, India rode on an unbeaten 127 from Rodrigues and an 89 from Harmanpreet to hunt down their target of 339 with 9 balls to spare. This will be the first ODI World Cup final to not feature either Australia or England, as India will face South Africa on Sunday. The 34,651 at the DY Paddle Stadium on Thursday sure got their money's worth. The end might have been vastly different had Alyssa Healy managed to hold on to a skier from Rodrigues when she was on 82. India needed 131 from 106 balls at that point. About 3 hours earlier, though, Phoebe Litchfield had put on an exhibition that left the crowd, bathed in blue, in awe and silence in equal measure for most of the afternoon. Her maiden World Cup century, aided with half-centuries from Elise Perry and Ashley Gardner, helped Australia get to 338. India pulled things back by taking 8 for 118 towards the end, which proved to be vital. With a record chase in front, Smriti Mandhana walked out with a new old opening partner in Shafali Verma. The latter began in typical style, hitting Megan Shutt for a 4 off the second ball she faced. But the near-houseful crowd was silenced after Kim Garth trapped her LBW, with India also losing a review. It wasn't until the 7th over that Mandhana hit her first boundary, a lofted straight 6 off Garth. Rodrigues, in at number 3 after Harleen Dial was dropped, wasted little time in getting going. However, when India lost a second wicket in Mandhana inside the 10th over, you could hear a pin drop at the DY Paddle Stadium. Given not out for a caught behind down leg side, Australia used the DRS with Snicko returning the faintest of murmurs. India were 60 for 2 after the power play, as opposed to Australia's 72 for 1. That is when Rodrigues and Harmanpreet set about with the rebuild. Rodrigues' flow allowed Harmanpreet to get her eye in. And that was not at the cost of the scoring rate. India constantly scored at around 6 runs per over, never letting the ask get out of hand. Rodrigues got to a 57-ball half-century, and Harmanpreet got to hers in 65 balls. While the other captains have had vital contributions in this campaign, Harmanpreet's best was her 70 against England, her wicket helping the opposition open and end up. But in the semi-final against Australia, she was not going to let another ripe chance go begging. She only hit her first 6 after her 50, a loft inside-out over extra cover off Talia McGrath. She followed that with another humongous hit off Gardner over mid-wicket in the next over. India needed only 150 in the last 20 overs, a regulation chase in this era. But Harmanpreet's wicket threatened to add a twist to the tale. Deepti Sharma was run out for 24 off 17. Rika Ghosh came in, hit 2 fours and 2 sixes to reduce the margin before she fell. But India were not going to let Harmanpreet and Rodrigues' 167-run partnership off just 156 balls go waste. They were helped with another dropped chance, Talia McGrath reprieving Rodrigues on 106. The platform was set, and this time, India wouldn't miss out. Not with a determined Rodrigues, who scored her maiden World Cup 100 off 114 balls. She did not celebrate then because the task at hand was still not complete. In the end, nobody could stop her from celebrating. Earlier in the afternoon, Kranti God had a scratchy Healy, returning after she missed 2 games with a minor calf strain, chopping on in the 6th over before a heavy downpour. A 15-minute delay completely changed the momentum, as Australia hit 9 fours in the next 29 balls, one of them via an overthrow. If India expected spin to bring some respite, they were mistaken. Litchfield was batting as fluently as she has done all World Cup. She was ruled out caught when on 62, but an umpire's review came to her aid. She reverse swept Sri Charani straight to short third, but replays showed that it bounced just after she hit it. There was no looking back thereon as Litchfield got to her 100 off just 77 balls. Against spin, India had protection in the deep for her sweeps, point and square leg being back. And that played into the hands of Litchfield, who was happy to dance down and hit Charani and Radha Yadav in the arc between long off and deep cover. And then there were back-to-back sixes off Deepti, one of them an incredible switch hit that sailed into the sweeper cover stands. She was dismissed when she missed a scoop off Amanjot Kaur. Perry rotated the strike well, but also did not miss out on a positive matchup if an opportunity arose. She tonked Deepti over long on in just her second over. She was set with her first 50 of the World Cup, but Australia struggled to find the next gear. During her 155-run partnership with Litchfield, India seemed to run out of ideas. But Australia lost 4 for 45 in the latter half of the middle overs, and it felt India regained control. Charani and Radha got enough grip to even trouble Gardner. But her 41-ball 50 helped Australia cross the 300-run mark. What looked like a tall chase was aced with absolute mastery. The contest had the makings of an epic, and it lived up to it.